Welcome, everybody, to the Onward VR Master League Season 11, Week 3? Is this Week 3? This is Week 3.
Week 3.
Man, there's been so much Onward action so far. It's hard to keep track. We're going to watch some Peacekeepers and Jigglez tonight. Two teams that you should be fairly familiar with. Peacekeepers having played for this is their third season, and Jigglez having played since, I think, Season 1, but I'm not sure. They've been around for a while.
Yeah, I'll just have a quick look on the website. I need to look at the map page and everything like that. But yeah, they have been around for a long time. Obviously, previously known as G-Men.
That is correct. Your friendly neighborhood G-Men are now Jigglez. And we have ban information, map information. We've got full team rosters in the lobby, so we're going to go over all that info, and then we're going to kick off the sweet Onward action.
All right. Going through that in order, we have bans. On the Peacekeepers side, they have banned Suburbia. And on Jigglez side, they've banned Sand, but we may have to talk about those bans after this first round because they're jumping right into the action.
And that action is starting off on map 1, Snow Peak.
And we have the northwest objective. Spawn-wise, looks like Peacekeepers on attack as they've chosen the map, and they've got the southwest spawn. Sort of a medium-range spawn for this objective. You can lock down the crosses on the lake a little bit, but they've chosen not to. Looks like they're still going to skirt their way around counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, depending where in the world you're from.
Looks like Mitch Ultra was able to see that cross, which gives away the spawn. It's going to let Jigglez know that they can push out very aggressively on their defense if they wanted to.
Depends how many they can count on that cross. But yes, they should be able to push out to that northeast if they want to. They just need to be wary of someone being in the southwest.
Look at this
however,
grouping here. They're just huddled together. Peacekeepers are just asking for a nade at this point.
Well,
just asking for it.
You know the right words to make me happy.
So we did get 404.
This is a pretty well-known Peacekeeper tactic, the 5-man push. This is a very wide push. Hopefully they're having some good conversations along the way. One of the good sides of being that close together. You can have a good chat. Looks like the Jigglez are going to have a little bit of a wait though, because it's going to take a little while for them to get all the way through the tunnels. So let's have a look at the defensive positionings whilst we're waiting, shall we? Defense-wise, looks pretty standard, pretty compressed. Just 404 sitting out there. What do you think about this objective, Trip?
I like to get across the lake on this objective, if at all possible. I like to be able to look back towards it and let them try and run for it, and then shoot them from like 404's position, or even farther into that shack across the lake on the south side over here. Just because there's not a whole lot of cover on this objective. Let's look
I can see that. The 404's position, if it's not identified relatively early on, is going to be really hard to deal with as they're trying to do their final push onto objective. I do, however, like a good stacking of people on objective. It's worth noting that these boxes on objective are no longer penetrable. They used to be penetrable on 1.7. They're no longer penetrable, so that's proper cover for Biggie and that idiot.
Yeah, have you seen...
Mitch Ultra, however, is behind a penetrable wall, so in quite a common spot, so potentially could get pre-fired.
Do you see the angle that idiot is holding right now? I mean, that's super tight. I don't really think you can see up the hill from there.
Yeah, what is he?
He's looking through the boxes, though. Apparently there's a gap in the bottom box.
He must be able to see something. So, looks like they haven't gone all the way north. They're opting to go to the tower. 404 should be ready to engage shortly. I wonder if he's a C4 man, or whether he's just... No, he's got an AK-12.
I feel like he should be able to hear all of these footsteps.
I'm missing a Peacekeeper. Oh, he's out the back. Virus is just a little bit separated, but the other four are very bunched. Good thing about bunching, you can react onto when shots occur and you can get help from your friendlies. Bad thing is you can get trapped into a little area. Having virus separated out like that is, in my opinion, quite a nice thing to do. Some options to get a flank on 404 if he does trap them there.
So unfortunately, I don't have in-game comms right now, so I can't hear what 404 is saying, but I can see him using the radio.
Ooh, I have in-game comms. I'll let you know if I hear anything.
And now he's going to start creeping out.
Ooh, big pick. From 2 directions at once. Is 404 going to be ready for rushes though? Big M203. Only down though. Rushes is pushing onto 404. He's going to hear him. And it's a trade. Rushes is revivable, however, it is a very exposed position.
So it's Quick and Virus left, and Quick seeming like he's just going to go for it?
Interesting choice. Maybe he's wanting to get one more pick before moving, or maybe he's leaving it to Virus. Ah, yes, Virus looks like he's moving for the revive. See, Quick, I thought might have wanted to hold and wait for his friendlies, but he's pushing right through. Might do it all himself.
There's
and
the
we're
res.
back to 3v4. Big pick by C-Quick. Is he going to be ready for Mitch? Mitch's foot is showing through the fence, but he hasn't reacted to it.
Wow, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if Mitch didn't hear him or what. That idiot gets C-Quick in the backside, but Rushers comes around and picks him up. That's all to Biggie on objective. Biggie gets Virus. Now he's got to deal with Rushers.
He's ready for the backside.
He knows that it's
Looks like he
here,
is.
but he's not ready. Peacekeepers take their
Close
first
first
point.
round, 1v1. Peacekeepers take their first point indeed. So, where were we? Should we talk about those bans?
I think we got through the bans, unless you have more detailed statistics about those bans.
I was just going to make the comment that Peacekeepers ban is a little bit interesting. That Peacekeepers have met Jigglez before, once in Season 10, and they actually won Suburbia 4-1. Yet they've chosen to ban Suburbia. So maybe that's more of a personal ban. Maybe they don't feel like playing it today. Jigglez, however, the ban of Sand, to me that makes sense. We talked about it in our last cast, I believe. Or Sand is, it's got some little hidey spots and nice little lines you can take. And if you don't know that map, you can get caught out by those. And Peacekeepers certainly know that map and play it very well. So I expect to see USS Quest as the last map that Peacekeepers choose. However, we'll have to wait and see what happens on the first two, I believe. Any thoughts from you on those bans?
I feel like the older the team is, the more likely they are to ban one of the new custom maps. Like they're obviously just more comfortable on the original maps.
It's worth noting that Jigglez were fairly inactive in the time between seasons as well. So they haven't played these custom maps to the same level which some of these other teams have. So they may not have as established strats. And Sand is one where you need to really have a look at that map before committing to playing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Whereas USS Quest is more of a, you can sort of make it up as you go along a bit more. It's just sort of clear your corners and work your way up the ship.
Yeah, the angles on Sand are very unforgiving. We'll see how Peacekeepers can defend this northern objective now.
Just want to note that was a great round by Rushes. 3 kills and didn't die. Clutched it at the end. Great carry. Wonder what spawn. See, this objective has some quite different spawns. I feel like there's one spawn which is the most disadvantaged, which is the one in the southeast. However, there's a really nice spawn in the northeast, and also that southwest spawn. I quite like it because you can lock down certain lines from objective pretty well. And now that I say that, I think Jigglez have gotten what I think of as being the worst spawn, personally. but maybe
Yeah.
they can split from there and get good lines.
Yeah, I feel like that gives you, I don't know, I just like getting on the attack quicker, and I feel like that gives you the ability to go both ways faster than either spawning in the, the warehouse tunnel area or spawning in the twin hangars.
Yeah, I just don't feel you can lock down the map as much, that's all I'm saying. Like, you can't, like, from the spawn, stop them from pushing out if they want to push out. Obviously, a push out is risky because they don't know what spawn you get. So, it is a risk. As I say that, they do have a defender pushing out the northeast. Rushes. They've made it to the northeast spawn location. And Varus gets a pick. A long pick across the lake. Where's Varus at? Oh, he's in that little spot on the side of the hill, looking over the fence. Very nice shot from Varus. Interesting line for G-Men to take, because that is very exposed across the lake. Sorry, I said G-Men, I meant Jigglez.
I like running across the lake. I think it's the most fun on this map. You just bound from rock to rock and have someone put some cover fire down.
Yeah, I like the lake too, and that's probably that's the approach I tend to take. But you more to the west. I don't. This zone, crossing this zone here is danger, because there's a lot of spots which the defenders could be in, and you're very exposed with nowhere really to retreat to. And that's what we saw with the pick on 4 and 4. Looks like Mitch is trying to get some long shots. What is he running? Just a holographic. It's going to be hard to spot out the defenders with that. Maybe some suppressor fire.
Where did the rest of Jigglez go? We've got Biggie and Tendo over here on the west.
With that idiot's with them as well. They're all chilling out in the southwest. Maybe going to push up that lakeside.
There come the shots from Quick, pinning down Tendo. Shots from Rushers. Wow, what a long shot.
Wow,
He's
that's a
at
nice
the
shot.
warehouse.
That is a nice shot. Biggie just made the comment that this is tricky, and I think they are definitely in a tricky spot right here. They've been identified that they're there, and now they've got to decide whether they rotate out. 3 minutes 30 on Snowpeak is not that much time compared to some other maps.
I feel like they have to rotate out. There's no way to cross that without getting picked off from the warehouse guy.
If Nintendo crawls along to here, he might be able to get outside the sightline, but then you got to start to worry about Seaquick. The final push into objectives really exposed. To make this west side lake cross, I feel like you need to weaken the defense first. With the 5-man defense, it's going to be a big ask. We get some suppressive fire from the southwest to try and help Nintendo's push.
Is that what that sound is? I hear like little pops in the distances.
We have Mitch has not identified Rush's position. He's going to get shot from behind shortly. Rush's must be holding a very tight line because he hasn't identified Mitch Ultra's position yet. However, he should cross his sight line shortly.
He's tucked in behind the sandbags, and he's just kind of waiting for calls to peek it to shoot.
Is it? Yeah, is he?
He can't see Mitch. He's not looking down the hill.
He's watching the lake.
Yeah,
he's watching the lake. Yeah. Mitch is going to encounter Squirfy and Seaquick before he reaches objective, so it's going to be a big ask. Looks like Nintendo has made it past Rush's line of sight. Now that I say that, there are shots do come out. Mitch has given away his position. Rushers may be able to rotate to take him out. He's looking for it. This is where Rush's position becomes potentially a liability, because he can, if he rotates quickly, he might be able to get Mitch from behind. If he does not react quick enough, however, they could get on objective, and it could be a cap. It is a big ask now, with only 2 attacking versus 4 defenders.
Rushers have moved. He's taking shots at Biggie now. Cannot connect with Biggie all the way across the lake.
Are they going to be ready for Nintendo? They'll be calling out Biggie's position, but will they be ready for Nintendo? Can Virus see that? He can. That answers that question. Their kill count's off. I just heard from Virus that it's 3 dead, so they're out by 1 at the moment.
Thought he was gonna go for a little run across the lake there.
Pistol shots from Russians, was that? It sounded like a pistol.
A Makarov to finish off Biggie.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
That's just insulting.
That was, yep. Five kills for Russians. No deaths yet. I wonder if we're going to see him survive the map. We do have a very different objective coming up. We have what would be regarded as probably one of the closest range objectives, maybe the second closest range objective, depending on how your defense works it. And it'll be quite a different approach and quite a different defense setup.
Peacekeepers might get a little pushy on their defense here and push out.
Now, Trip, do you need me to remind you about the overlay today, or
no? I haven't forgot it yet.
Got it sorted.
I'm trying to do most of my casting off of that screen so that I don't leave it up. That's how you do it. That's the trick.
Nice.
But yeah, I think we talked about this last time we did a cast. I love the tunnels, or at least I did when boxes were penetrable. I don't think I love them anymore.
Lots of little spots you can be hidden behind these invincible boxes full of something. Vibranium, is that the really
Yeah,
hard
vibranium or adamantium, depending on which universe you're in.
Copy. Unobtainium, if you just want to go with the generalized one.
Yep. So Peacekeepers spawned by the garage, but it doesn't look like they're pushing.
Not the close garage one, the slightly stepped out garage spawn. They sounded like they were discussing final tactics, and they've split. A couple going through the south. We have a couple of Jigglez pushing out south, so we should see an early encounter in the south.
Biggie has a C4 somewhere. I don't know where. There it was. It's on the ground.
This is really gonna test the precision camera flying here.
I don't know where this tunnel goes. I'm just lost in the tunnel right now. Oh, that's the warehouse. Okay, I don't want to be here.
Alright. I've made it to the objective, so you can jump on me if you need.
So I've got Quick and Nardu pushing up onto Idiot's position.
And there's going to be which way do we lock? Look, Virus and Russians could be encountering Biggie. Nintendo is going to be chilling for a little while. 404 and Mitch on objective. That Idiot is probably going to be the first encounter. Ooh, have they made it past Biggie? Biggie set off his C4 with nothing coming from it. Ooh, that Idiot is in an ambush spot, but he cannot rotate out of there easily. And he has made noise, so they are aware of where he is. Or they should be aware of where he is. I expect to see some utility use to clear that corner. Seaquick is going very quietly. Virus has made it onto objective.
What?
Mitch, he's very close to objective. Mitch and 404 need to be ready for him. If he gets a pick on Mitch and then gets onto the south side of the objective, if Mitch gets distracted by the south, he is distracted by the south, this could be interesting.
The Virus is prepping a nade.
Oh. This could be a cap. Almost a self-flash. It was a self-flash. Nadu's going to get killed by Virus, potentially. Capping, they're capping. Nadu's on it.
No, he's not.
He's not? He's
no,
not.
He's
you can't cap from that side anymore? I thought you could cap from that side of the box.
I don't know. Can you? Virus is up on it, but he's not. He's got gun out. Scorpio comes around from behind, got the kill.
Fair enough too. They're 3-0 up. They just needed the point.
I'm confused what was happening.
Yeah, I thought you could cap from the south side of that box, and it looked like that's what they were setting up for, but maybe not anymore.
Yeah, I didn't think you could cap from that. I didn't think you could ever cap from that side, but I don't let people get that close to find out.
Yeah, I always thought you could because I've never felt comfortable on the north side of it defending. Like, I need to check.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Well,
I think he probably could have done it had he not put a smoke like right on objective either.
I think in smoke, if you look down, I believe you can see the tablet. That was the intent.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I think he gave away how close he was by just tossing a smoke right out of the door.
True. Yeah, it's where like a non-smoke push could have worked really well.
The best caps are when you just cap standing up. No, no stops, no nothing. You just walk up to it, type in the code.
Yeah. Do it while still walking.
Well, I do that a lot. I just keep ending up walking while I'm typing.
I saw a brilliant one of those. Was it, I feel like it was a boss fight versus beginners just the other day. One of the boss fight members capped whilst walking on this very objective.
And the next thing you have to do, you got to moonwalk away while capping.
Oh, yeah. Right, so Peacekeepers just needing a defense to seal the deal. We have mirrored spawns, so let's see whether Jigglez' approach is similar.
How far out?
I expect to see Jigglez, they're a little bit rusty at the moment. I expect to see them just get stronger and stronger as the season goes. Seaquick looks like he's pushing out to engage a little bit further out than that idiot's position from last time. I'm not sure if the Jigglez will be ready for it.
Are Jigglez going to go for a 5-man push? Is that the plan here? I think it kind of works as long as you don't get C4'd on this one. I mean, if you're staggered in this hallway,
I like the splitting the east and west because there's certain locations you can cross cover and clear from one side without exposing yourself, and the other side can clear from the other. But yes, a 5-man from the south. Direction overall. Quite nice. Seaquick does give away his position, doesn't stay in too compressed. He's cooking something. 404 gets the kill before getting down by the grenade. However, Nintendo will be able to revive and we'll be back to a 4v4.
Are they going to continue that push? It looks like they're going to back off a little bit and rotate around.
Rushes is on his way back to objective. They have identified where the attack is coming from. So Squirfy's position is going to be the next key one, it looks like. Rushes may get some engagement if he continues to push down through these tunnels. It looks like he's stopped. So I was talking about I like having the east and the west at the same time. It's specifically for Squirfy's position. Oh, Nintendo with the self frag on his the frag on his teammate.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what 404 said to deserve that, but we may find out later. So Squirfy's position is quite common, so they will be looking for it. It is, however, very hard to get rid of. Potentially a frag or a flash is the best way to do it.
Or looting your teammate and throwing his smokes.
That smoke should give some concealment from the north, which means they can then clear the south quite nicely. Oh, they're committing a lot of smoke.
That is a lot of smoke.
Are they ready for it? They are.
Scorpy not seeing him. Rushers on the backside, though, gets Midge Ultra. Nintendo picks up
getting virus on objective. Is Nadu's pushing onto him. Is not ready for it. Nintendo is not ready for it. All down to that idiot. 2v1. Nadu's going to cross the sight line. And then Russia's going to do the same. Oh, Jigglez win it! With the final trade, Jigglez win the round.
Man, that idiot died so fast when I hit my snap to gunfire key, it was gone. There was nobody to snap to. Jigglez do take it on a trade.
Ooh. Wow. Considering there was a team kill in there, Jigglez did very well.
Team frag.
Team frag, even better. If you get a team kill, do it with the frag. Russia's is on 8 kills. There've been 4 rounds, 8 kills. That's 2 kills per round. He is definitely carrying his weight.
So now Peacekeepers get to attack on the South Shack objective, which is pretty attackable, I feel like.
This one, I don't like defending this objective.
You've got to get creative because you can't defend from right on top of it. So you have to work your angles really hard.
And it can be prone to cascading collapses.
Yeah.
And if you let the attackers get to certain locations, they can get really nice lines over the objective. So it'll be interesting to see whether Jigglez go for a more conservative defense or try and push out somewhere. Peacekeepers have gotten the northwest spawn behind the hangar, which was the first objective, and looks like they're moving east. A couple of them still in spawn. Jigglez 404 looked like he's going to push up and now is retreating slightly.
Yeah, this defense. I don't know. I mean, how big
Almost
is the
looks like
radius on a
it's being
flashbang is the real question. Because if you like lob one over the hill to like that cut down tree there, you're gonna blind everybody.
Like, you can get Biggie and Nintendo at the same time, definitely. 404's position, I don't know which way he's intending to watch from there because he's exposed from about 3 different angles.
The attack looking like it's coming from the tunnel. I see all 5.
All 5 together. They haven't pushed someone out to ambush that tunnel exit, which I feel like Peacekeepers will be expecting, so they might take the time clearing that garage exit. But looks like we just got a little bit of a waiting game, maybe for the next minute.
I'm looking at this defense still, trying to figure out, like, you know, I think pushing out and playing your angles is better if you're communicating well. You have to know who's watching what, who's collapsing, and when someone goes down, you have to be ready to make that rotation, because that's the biggest problem with having a spread out defense. But being all tucked in like this,
I feel like a push out can work really well against this five-man attack as well, because if you can push out and identify that there's 5 in that zone early, then your defenders who are back on objective can rotate around to lock that 5-man in. Whereas if you identify it's a 5-man and you're already on objective, it's much harder to ask. See Quick gets
is that a nade or did he shoot him?
Shot him.
Oh, okay.
Biggie exposed himself to a location. It didn't look like he was watching. Lots of picks coming out. And it looks like Peacekeepers have control of the south of the objective now. It's going to be a big ask for Jigglez. They're going to be focused on that southeast, and the southwest is coming around. 404 should get shot from behind by Russia's. Whilst progressing with the objective, yes. Oh, Seaquick actually gets him, but Russia's was firing at the same time.
Seaquick stared at him for a bit there. I don't understand
attack.
What was going on.
5-man up by Jigglez. By the time they'd identified where the attack was coming from, it was too late.
The suppressing fire and just unloading through the building and into the general areas, they were stopping the rotations back to objective.
Exactly. Very well done. What map do you expect to see out of Jigglez?
Well, I'm gonna.
I said it too late.
I'm just gonna assume. I feel like Bazaar might be.
I was actually gonna guess Bazaar because I feel like G-Man / Jigglez are a great team on Bazaar. But
It is bizarre. We were both right. That's
amazing.
so good. Like we know what we're talking about.
This, of course, is it's been around for longer than Snow Peak. So Jigglez are very comfortable on this map.
They are,
However,
but they
there
don't
are
have
some
their
new objectives.
shield. So
Do they shield on Bazaar?
I think they used to.
Obviously, shield is banned this season due to some mismatches in its location.
I think we should do a guns only season and just watch some epic firefights. That's it. Just guns. Iron sights. No
There
utility.
were aspects. Speaking of that, there were aspects of the end of last season without smokes, which I really enjoyed. Like it became a bit more. The game was focused more on the firefight. Obviously, there were other aspects of the game which were resulting in frustrations with the big changes coming about.
But you get cool tactics
there
like
was something
shoot,
about
move,
that,
cover. You know, you've got suppressing fire when you make crosses. You have to work more as a team to make the same cross that you used to be able to just throw a smoke and then walk out. You know.
Yeah. I really enjoyed like Downfall even with no smoke. I actually really enjoyed it. Smokes, I love them for crosses. They're great for crosses. You just that sort of dump 6 smokes in your objective and just push through. Yeah, it's a valid tactic and it works well. However,
Not as much fun.
I like those. Yeah.
I like to live on the edge. Okay.
Yeah.
So
we have the West objective, West Market objective, or Orange objective, depending on your callouts. I'm going to be using probably some weird callouts on this map, and I've got to stop myself from doing it. What do you call this objective, Trip?
West objective.
West objective. Okay. This objective is a hard one to defend. Certainly, as you get down to 2 or 1 defenders remaining, it's almost impossible to defend. As a sole defender, you either choose a location and try and get lucky, or you run around the objective like a headless chicken and eventually get shot.
Yeah, there's definitely no way to do this solo unless they get greedy, I guess, is the right? Because if they decide they want to go for the cap, they have to time it in between your rotations.
Yeah. Or if you decide not to rotate, sometimes the not to rotate, you're risking a lot because you can easily get capped on. However, it does pay off sometimes. It's a 50-50 chance, or maybe not even 50-50. Like if they choose one of the 2 directions you can cover, and then they're dead. If they choose the other one you can't cover, then they cap. So you gotta make that decision.
Peacekeepers with a very aggressive defense here, pushing 2 out past Kiot.
Double stack Kiot.
But Tendo gets rushers.
Jigglez last time they played Bazaar, last time I saw them playing Bazaar at least, they were very cautious about the Kiot and the middle market area. So they will take their time to clear it. Whether they'll be ready for 2 though will be interesting. That first pick was a great one though, Rushers being the MVP of the last map. Squirfy's given away his position by firing some shots, so they will now be aware of his position and they will work to clear it. We have 2 men just to the east of him, east of the market. Do you call this the hotel objective? I've heard it called.
I just call that East objective. I guess we'll have to make new callouts, East Courtyard, because we have new objectives.
Yeah, there's a Southeast Courtyard as well, yeah. I hope to see one of those new objectives today. It'll be good to see what sort of tactics come out at this high level.
I was about to say, where'd the 5th Peacekeeper go? But then I remembered that he died. I was like, wait, where's the 5th guy?
He's that little X on the minimap.
So
404 is going for the... He's decided to ignore the guy in Kiot and just do it all himself. This approach from the... Oh! He was not ready for what is a relatively common position sometimes. someone in that location. However, it didn't look like Seaquick was holding it constantly, so maybe he just missed it on the timing.
These guys are just shooting at ghosts. I'm just snapping to shooters, and they're just shooting at a wall. Squirfy gets Mitch Ultra behind Kiat.
Interesting.
I don't know why he's crossing the street
I feel like they knew Kiot was there, so they need to clear Kiot first.
And now Squirfy's going
saying
on
that
the
Squirfy's
aggressive,
now pushing
yeah.
out onto Biggie. Biggie gonna be ready. It doesn't look like he is. Squirfy will have identified him there. Ooh, he's just waiting for him to push out. Biggie's not gonna be ready for this. If he is, I'll be surprised. And he's not. So it's all up to Nintendo and that idiot. After a great start to the round with an early pick, it's fallen apart a little bit for Jigglez. Let's see whether they can pull it back. They're very tightly stacked here.
Like synchronized swimmers. They're just moving together.
Means we can follow along, because we don't have to be split in our attention.
Yeah, if the caster camera can get both of you in frame at the same time and still see all the enemies, you guys are too close together.
The only one I'm having to look for is to see what Squirfy's doing, because he may go for a flank, which could pay off very well for him. He's already gotten 2 this round, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, if I was in his position, I would definitely have pushed down towards the scaffolding and watched that street cross. Or at least the south side of Bazaar.
Either that or compress in on objective and go, hey, we've done really well at the start, and now let's just get rid of the last 2 with a more conservative defense. That idiot is going to try and do the prone cross. This is a potential... There's a good spot you can clear from that idiot's position up along the street, which is what he's doing now, and then you can cross and get very close to objective without potentially being identified. Nadu is going to be the danger location. Normally you would see this combined with a rapid push into Nadu's position. However, they've lost the attackers who I imagine would have been designated to do that.
You know, I think that Squirfy just was doing his job there and drawing fire. I think that he was just supposed to run around and get an angle of attack, figure out where it's coming from.
Interesting, because
Quick now rotating.
Defense feels pretty nice to me. Is that idiot going to spot him? It looks like he has. He stopped moving for a second. Yes, he did. Oh, that smoke, if it just come a little bit earlier, could have helped out. Also, if it didn't hit that lamppost. However, Nadu should identify Nintendo's position on this final cross.
Oh, Nintendo saw him, but he didn't get the kill.
Interesting. As soon as they got that pick on Seaquick, I felt like Jigglez had a good chance on that objective. 2v2, that's when you can get rotating and really pick those last locations. Nadu's position is one that generally would be anticipated. It's a very common position, and you can see a good that cross to the southwest from there.
Was he was in the first building, or was he in the second building?
The northern building.
Yeah,
of the 2-1. The trading.
See, normally I assume that they're gonna be in
the southern of the 2.
Yeah, in that corner.
That's a nice one for seeing that cross, definitely. But both can see it, and you do often see the double stack because one can cover when the other one gets picked.
It seems like a very limited amount of cross you can see.
It's just I believe the main thing which resulted in trouble for them was that idiot just pushing across a little bit too soon and getting picked before the smoke was able to cover his cross, and B, the smoke hitting that lamppost. If it hadn't hit that, or that electrical post, if it hadn't hit that, it would have covered Nadu's line of sight, and it would have forced a rotation, or it would have allowed them to cross. That smoke hitting that electrical pole, that was unfortunate.
Do you guys remember when you could throw smokes and they would get caught on like the telephone lines, not the poles, but like the actual lines from across the sky. Like
I remember them hitting them, but I don't remember them getting caught on them.
Oh, I've got them caught on them multiple times. You just gotta, you gotta try real hard, apparently.
So, Peacekeepers, that's 5 rounds. Oh no, the Jigglez did get 1 round, didn't they? On the
They
last
did.
map.
They got one.
But Peacekeepers, if they get another round on this map, it's going to be a very hard ask for Jigglez to come back.
And it looks like Jigglez did have a drop. Let's see, 4-4 Tendo, that idiot biggest muscle. It looks like Mitch Ultra has dropped. So
I have not heard anything from them on the drop, so is this our classic time to just
yeah, threaten an intermission or just talk about whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
We talk about really off-topic stuff, it generally we're like, oh, and the round started.
Well, so we've got, what are the new objectives on this? There's the one by the tank.
The new objectives are one here.
Yep, the southeast courtyard.
Which we've seen some really interesting caps and attacks on. A cap under a flash, which was amazing. And then the other one is that tank, which I'm sure you've already pointed out, that tank there. And I believe that's it. I believe those are the 2 new objectives. Very similar objectives, very similar spawns for VRML. You spawn in this location here. And Marsok has, I believe, 3 spawns for both, maybe?
So tank has behind Kiat, over in Mini Market, and somewhere in the south?
I think behind Kiat, over in the northwest somewhere, maybe not Mini Market. I think it's more northwest than that, more the Volk spawn.
So Volk spawn, yeah, okay.
For this objective, and then one, I believe there's one down here, which I haven't seen in a league match, but would result in quite a different attack. And we say that, and the round looks like it's starting. And we do have 5 on each side. Mitch Ultra is back again.
And mirrored spawns.
Mirrored spawns, indeed. I wonder if we see a more conservative defense from Jigglez, or whether they're also going to push people out into.
Jigglez definitely have to stay alive in this map, otherwise they lose the series. So I feel like they would play a little bit more conservative, but I don't know.
Looks like there's quite an aggressive push by Peacekeepers. I'll be interested to see whether it slows up. They have established some good position covering that eastern sort of courtyard. East of the objective, I mean. No, dude. Oh, sorry, Quick just putting some shots into common defensive spots. Hoping to get a bit lucky. Also some nice sound cover. They have gone for control of this courtyard just east of the objective. Again, some distractive potentially / preemptive fire from Nadu. We have smokes. They might be going for the push to cross to objective.
These look like good smokes.
There will have to be a good reaction onto objective. Otherwise, we will be seeing a cap. Suppressive fire comes out. Nadu will be looking to push at the same time as Seaquick. Nadu is on objective. Nadu is on objective. Tablet is coming out. The cap is coming out. We have a cap. Yep.
4 Jigglez still standing. Oh no! James! No!
Oh, you didn't.
Oh, no.
You didn't. How many rounds? Just the
that,
one?
Just that one with the cap, you know.
Oh.
Dang it.
Hopefully I was painting a
I mean,
picture.
it was on the cap. You could see it happen. You just couldn't see it happen in full screen, obviously.
Apparently, it's not a triple nipple cast.
Technically, you didn't really miss a whole lot because there was only 1 kill and then a cap.
Mm-hmm. So, Jigglez have a massive uphill there. They really needed to be covering that objective. A cap was exactly what they did not need. 2-0? 2-0 is recoverable from. 3-0 is also recoverable from. However, it is a very big ask. They can't get distracted on any other rounds on this map. Otherwise, the map and series is over, and we'll be going to a final map. Maybe see something interesting.
Yeah.
However, let's see how this map goes first.
I mean, even with the cap back, like, you're still down 3-2.
Oof.
And
it puts a lot of pressure on that cap back too.
Yeah.
However, Jigglez on this objective, they have done some
very aggressive plays
very
on this.
aggressive, very aggressive.
That's what I'm hoping for.
I'm ready. Hopefully, get the quick spawn. Oh, they got the other spawn.
Ah, so
I was
far
hoping
away.
to see a 30-second round or a 40-second round. Some hyper aggression. I wonder if that changes their tactic or whether they just push aggressively with a slight delay. Looks like Peacekeepers are stacking up 3 north. Oh no, Nadu's now going south.
I'd really prefer if people could not just randomly fire, because then I snap to some random person they're just looking at a wall. Like,
you know what I'm going to be doing in all.
Why do I
all
hear
the
gunshots
cast matches
across the map? Let's go see if there's action over there.
I'm going to go find like an interesting sign or something to show you, Trip, and I'm just going to fire my gun just so you jump onto it. So they've gone for Kiot control with 2 members again, Peacekeepers, and then the rest are a bit more objective focused. Virus watching the southeast, and then Nadu and Seaquick on objective. Some potential for a cap if the more pushed out players do not realise early enough what's going on. We do have a couple of attackers going to the southeast. Big first peek and pick by rushes. Jigglez definitely would have been wanting to have the first pick.
Looks like Tendo's going for the North Street.
So we're seeing a theme of rushes being quite a pushed out position. We saw it in the snow peak as well. And then rotating around. The other pushed out position in Kiot last time was Squirfy as well, so it looks like Kiot is their house.
But it doesn't look like they're going to be stopping Tendo from making this cross.
Rushes might be looking at it occasionally. Nintendo will be able to see the backside of him eventually. Is he going to... Oh no, Rushes moved off.
I mean, this is the approach for this objective, right? They just have to kill quick. And Nardu.
Nardu, yeah, Nardu is quick. Ooh, Virus, big pick on the backside. That has given away Nintendo's position. Rushes will probably be looking for it. Nintendo does know that Rushes is there though. Ooh, he puts shots out and misses. Is he going to be ready for Squirfy though? Two different... Did he hear the 2 different shots coming out?
I think he realized that there were 2 there. He's not looking. He's not ready for this
big pick
approach.
Ooh. However, Rushes has been picked by Mitch Ultra, so that does weaken the defensive group. That idiot does have control of the east side of the objective, so if they do get a push onto objective, Squirfy will be needing to rotate back rapidly. And that rotation back is going to be tricky with 404 having control of that east market north-south corridor thing.
Is that the mayhem call out for that? 404 gets Squirfy clearing up another.
That was the
Peacekeeper.
control I was talking about, and not being able to cross it without getting picked. They have a good encirclement. 404 is very close. That idiot is ready for any rotations. Mitch Ultra is just a little bit separated. Is he stuck? Mitch Ultra is stuck.
Stuck?
He is stuck. He is no longer part of this attack. I hate to see it. It's very unfortunate. He's going to put a bit of suppressive fire on objective. Maybe distract Seaquick. Oh, and the pick on Nadu. Oh, he wasn't ready for it. So we really have a 1v1. Mitch Ultra should put out some suppressive fire to distract and help that idiot out. That idiot is going for the very slow approach.
That idiot should have... Oh, he's got 2 smokes on him. A flashbang into the courtyard would be the play right now.
Mitch Ultra needs to keep putting out the suppressive fire in that location.
How did he get into that spot? Can you walk in and not walk out? Like...
I cannot see an easy way in which you get into that spot. I don't know.
That idiot sees C-Quick, takes him
Jigglez
down.
wanted.
Just barely.
Maybe he stood up on the bench and
How
then
did
went
you get
over.
in there, dude? Like...
I may have missed what occurred on that last kill because I was distracted by Mitch's struggles. However, nice work by that idiot for getting the last pick.
Like, the only way... You can't go up the benches.
Please tell me you remembered to take the overlay off.
I did. You can't go up the benches, right? So he had to have walked between the shack and the pole.
Or over this fruit stand, maybe up this box thing. And then maybe, but then he would have fallen down in there. I need to know.
Yeah.
Someone will be able to tell me.
I need to know.
I'm sure.
Go back and hopefully we saw his body do something weird. Maybe he teleported there and just got the shortest end of the stick and just teleported into a spot where you can't get out of. I don't know.
That would be unfortunate, to say the least.
Hopefully we can see his body through the cast when they watch it back.
We see a Jigglez defense on the same objective. Let's see if we get a quick spawn, and let's see if we see a 5-man rapid push from Peacekeepers. They're 3-1 up, so they might risk it for the biscuit. Please, come on. They don't look like they're bunching. Come on, bunch up into a 5-man. You can do it. Maybe a 3-man with a slight offset. They are pushing for that market control.
This is round 4, right? Yeah, it's round. Okay.
This is round 5. Oh, 4. Yeah, sorry, because there was a cap.
That idiot going in the backside takes down Nardu.
He was ready for it. He's going to keep pushing. Virus might be able to pick it from behind. And he does. Yep. It was a short-lived defensive push. So 30 seconds into the round, 1 lost on each side, and they're going to re-establish their control and maybe a slightly slower approach from now on.
Was that in the quick moving on the southeastern corner?
Looks like Mitch Ultra will be ready for it. Depends how much he's exposing himself. Whether C-Quick will be able to see him through one of these little sneaky little crack peaks. It could be the next engagement. Mitch is rotating alpha at exactly the wrong time. Oof. Lucky to stay alive initially, however he has been identified. The suppressive fire from Virus is coming out. Rushes, putting smoke onto objective.
Oh, that flash definitely got C-Quick, but he's just going to keep running.
Rushes is within touching distance.
Nintendo goes down on objective. Rushers.
Distance. Are they going to get capped on twice?
Tab out, typing in.
Tab.
Biggie sees him. Biggie takes him down. Or if we're just blindly shooting through the smoke.
I imagine Nintendo would have been on the radio.
I would hope so. Virus picks up 1.
Nope.
After the res. Picks up 2.
Oh, picks up 2. Ooh. Mitch misses shots onto C-Quick. C-Quick and Mitch trade. We have Nintendo on objective. He's not ready for it. He is ready for it. Oh, he is ready for it.
1-on-1. Can Nintendo keep it alive? He knows that Squirpy's there. Oh, that second flash was beautiful. Oh my god. Oh, Squirpy not opting to take that.
Oh,
there it is.
Just waiting.
But man, that flash got him. That second flash rolled right to the bottom of the stairs.
Oh man. Got my heart rate going that round. There's a lot going on objective at one point. Thought we might have seen another cap, however, those confirmation shots didn't come out onto Nintendo, and I imagine he was able to call it out. Whether we would have seen a rapid enough rotation otherwise, unsure. So, before this time, quickly, before it's decided, what do you think the last map's going to be?
Peacekeepers pick USS Quest. 100%. 100%.
The only thing against it is them
have
having
you
already
seen
won.
them play it though?
I have. I have seen them play it. We've played them on it.
I mean, aren't they currently ranked less than Jigglez? So they want all the points, as many as possible.
Jigglez, yes, they did start higher from last season, and however, Jigglez have lost 2 games. They haven't won a game yet this season. So I believe once the rags are fully established, Peacekeepers will be higher on the board than them, or very close to at least. Because I'm not sure what was Peacekeepers' position last season. Like, was it 11?
11 or 12, somewhere like that, I
12,
think.
yeah.
It does look like we're gonna have a rehost.
Nope. Okay. Then I'm guessing USS Quest.
Yeah, it has to be, right? I mean, that's the only map,
much.
and it had an update, so we're just gonna go with Map 3's USS Quest. We could be wrong, but I'm putting it in right now.
Can't quite see this. Oh, there it is. USS Quest.
Look at that. We're so smart.
So smart. They're wanting to close it out, but they're what I would regard as being their strongest map. Keep the pressure on. Good to see. I feel like this is potentially a map where you might want to choose Marsop, though. If you don't pick the map, it does have some bias towards offense. See a lot of offense wins. Looks like they have up to the more traditional side back there. Okay, what objective do we have? We have, probably one of the more capable objectives. You can get quite close to it with little areas to hide behind. Sight lines are disrupted for the defense really close to the objective. Seeing quite an aggressive push down through this sort of central zone might be something which you expect to see, getting control of that between that double stack green-blue container and that purple container. Then, because that just puts a lot of pressure on the defense and forces rotations, and you'll get lots of picks and fun stuff like that. We do have full lobby. Hopefully kicking up the action shot. Okay.
All right. So, I'm just gonna say I'm just assuming that we're gonna see Peacekeepers dominate on this. I think every time I've watched them play this, they have dominated. Even against the beginners, they dominated, right?
I only think they've lost it once that I know of.
Who'd they lose it against? In this season?
This season against Mayhem.
I don't know if I watched that match.
Didn't watch that match. They do have some. They have spent their time on this. They have some great positionings on defense. and on attack, their aggression really pays off, and the way in which they push together with covering lines works really well.
All right, we're going round 1, map 3. Peacekeepers have already won, but they're going to take all the points they can possibly get.
We're going to push out on defense. So they're getting bunched around it.
404 gets rushers on the far side. He's not going to be ready for quick or virus here, though. Squirfy gets Mitch Ultra and that idiot with a nice double. Ooh, Tendo saves 404's life, but not before C-Quick gets him on the backside. Now Nardi with C-Quick on the...
They're on objective. Biggie needs
Squirfy's
to be
got
making his way
tablet.
back.
Tendo gets one.
Biggie needs to be making his way back. He seems a little bit lost out in the north there.
Tendo goes
They've
down.
lost
Nardi's on objective. This is a
Biggie's
cap.
been off it for a long time, yeah. I don't know what happened. Bit of breakdown and communication there.
That was very fast cap.
That was a very fast cap.
Less than 2 seconds.
I feel like Nintendo would have been yelling that they're on objective, they're close to me. And Biggie was still looking for them crossing a line they'd gone across 30 seconds before.
It's the problem with the aggressive defense. If you have an aggressive offensive team,
You can
they'll
cross
just
past
bypass you. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened under the cover of smoke. They both crossed each other, and Biggie was just not quick enough to rotate back to objective, ultimately getting capped on. That is not the start of this map which Jigglez wanted. It's not the start of the map which anyone wants.
I think we're going to see another one. I think we're going to see 2 caps. I think we're going to see a Peacekeeper 5-0 here. They're just on a roll. I mean, they're 8-2, or now they're 10-2.
Jigglez, I think this is the thing. Traditionally, I would count this as being a Jigglez focus, a map which Jigglez should do well on. They're very good on cargo. This is a map they can do very well on, even without their shield. They have that ability to communicate. They have that ability to shoot really well, to move together, to throw smokes off the ship, apparently. Both sides, it looks like. Hopefully it doesn't mean they've given up. Hopefully it means that they can... That's their signal that they're pulling it all together and they're going to pull out all the stops and go hard.
Biggie Smalls trying to get Nardu behind superstructure.
404 should be encountering Virus shortly. Virus has given away his position, however, he wins both. He kills 2. To push out, that means their western approach is very compromised. Mitch and that idiot could get both picked off by the Virus as well if they're not ready for it. Oh.
A nade comes in, gets that idiot.
Great grenade. Biggie Smalls is getting close to objective. They get too distracted by Mitch. Ooh, Squirfy with the tight line through.
Oh, sorry about that replay there. That's just a replay inside of a replay.
Replayception. So, Peacekeepers almost a perfect defense, 4 up. Against Jigglez. Didn't look as aligned on their attack as Peacekeepers. Potentially a map they have not seen too much.
I mean, their approach looked good. They had 2 on the... Alright, which side is the front of the ship? That's the front of the ship. So they had 2 on the port side, 2 under superstructure, and 1 on the starboard side of superstructure. That would be left, center, and right, if you're looking at the screen right now. So, like, they had a good push, but Virus just obliterated their left side push. Or their right, I guess, technically. Jigglez' right side.
Just those peaks out just occurred at exactly the right time. I was able to get those picks. Jigglez will not want to get 5-0. That's... Yeah, you gotta try and stop that.
round 3, map 3. Can Jigglez stay alive?
Come on, Jigglez. We're good to see a point back here.
Staying alive.
Some defensive smokes going out.
Quick and
These
already
shots
pushed
on
up.
Squirpy, not connecting. Rush is getting the first pick, weakening the east side defense. They're pushing down that red alley. Seaquick and Nadu working together as per usual. That idiot, looking for the rotation for the revive, was going to encounter rushes at exactly the wrong time, and it looks like we have one defender remaining on objective.
And Nardu and Seaquick are coming in from the backside. There's no way Nintendo clutches this. I mean, his name is Clutch Tendo, but there's no way.
Unfortunately, there is no way.
And he goes down. Peacekeepers take their
Very
fourth.
decisive final map.
Yeah, taking the series 12-2.
Brutal. I don't feel like that's... I feel like we'll see more from Jigglez this season, though. Hopefully. They are a very capable team. A little bit rusty, but we'll see. Alright, well, a lot to go over from that match. What are your thoughts, Trip?
I mean, it was just aggressive. I mean, everything that we saw was aggressive on the Peacekeeper side, and it's working out well for them.
Indeed. That aggression, if you're not ready for it, it overwhelms you. It's you just nothing you can do about it, and then you're crashing back onto objective, and you're getting picked as you're crashing back, and there's all this smoke there, and then a cap comes out, and you're just like, and you don't have time to process it. And if you get on the back foot from that aggression, it can be very hard to come back from. And today, Jigglez were not quite able to come back from that, and the result shows that.
I mean, I think it's also the bug where you still have to hold the radio for a decent amount longer to make your actual call out is slowing down people's reactions. So if you're going to actually make a decent call out or get that information to your team between shooting two people, that just gives the attackers the benefit. If they just keep pushing you, if you kill one of their guys, oh well, you're now going to be on the radio and they're just going to shoot you with your hand off your gun.
The adjustment, I feel the adjustment to that aggression doesn't occur during the round. It occurs as something you identify and talk about in intent. You go, hey guys, look, they're playing like this. We need to be ready for it. We need to be ready for that really aggressive 5-man push and cap. And we need to counter it in this way. And that's where you get more of a strategic way to counter it rather than just trying to deal with it tactically in the field.
Well, it doesn't seem like Jigglez could make that adjustment. They only managed to get 1 point on Snow Peak, which was a trade, and
1 on Bazaar, which was East objective. Again, was it a trade? I feel like it was.
No, the man. Well, it might have been a trade, but they
clean?
still had one standing because Mitch was trapped in the.
But he was really
thing.
out of the fight.
Yeah. So that, I mean, 2 points, 1 off of the Onward gods and 1 off of actual kills. Not something you expect from a top team. You never really expect this a very one-sided match. Even when 2 top teams go at it, you kind of expect it back and forth.
Yeah, more like that last time when it was Jigglez won 10-9. That's what you expect to see. One map going one way and the other 2 going the other. Yeah.
Well, another match did. Wait, did it just start, or has it not?
It should have started 15 minutes ago on Onward Master League Channel 2.
So we're gonna end this one. We'll run the highlight reel for you, and then we'll just host you over there, and you can watch some more Onward action. That is I'm forgetting.
Raptors?
No.
Raptors.
Yeah. Raptors versus Kai. That's who it is. Yep. With Nightfire and Hutcho. Did I say Hutcho? Hutcho as the co-casters. So be sure to tune into that. We'll host over there once this channel is clear. And with that, do you have any final words?
I don't know. I think as you can tell by the end of that match, we're just a little bit in shock. It just happened so quickly. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Peacekeepers. I'm looking forward to seeing more of Jigglez as the season goes on, and hopefully we will. And thanks to everyone who tuned in. Great to have you here, and thanks. Yeah.
All right, you heard it here. Thanks. We'll see you next time. I feel like.
Oh wow. They didn't have control of that alley very early on, so maybe he did it a while ago.
Oh, that flash got him, and then he tried to peek it anyways. He was down. The Dazzler coming to the south and picking him off. Quokka not looking in that corner hard enough, but Smithy looking away right as Quokka ran through his line of sight. Apologies for that. That is the wrong highlight reel. Give me 1 second, and we will have the correct ones. All right, let's try this again. We're on this highlight reel now.
Big pick by Seaquick. Is he going to be ready for Mitch? Mitch's foot is showing through the fence, but he hasn't reacted to it.
Wow, I goes around and picks him up. That's all to Biggie on objective. Biggie gets virus. Now he's got to deal with rushers.
Ready for the backside.
He knows that it's
here,
like he but he's not ready.
Virus has made it onto objective.
What?
Mitch, he's very close to objective. Mitch and 404 need to be ready for him. If he gets... Seaquick does give away his position, doesn't stay in too compressed. He's cooking something. 404.
Ultra. Nintendo picks up
Nintendo getting virus on objective. Is Nadu's pushing onto him. Is not ready for it. Nintendo is not ready for it. All down to that idiot.
With a very aggressive defense here, pushing two out past Kiot.
Double stack Kiot.
But Tendo gets rushers.
Biggie gonna be ready. It doesn't look like he is. Squirfy will have identified him there. Ooh, he's just waiting for him to push out. Biggie's not gonna be ready for this. If he is, I'll be surprised. And he's not. Pretty nice to me. Is that idiot gonna spot him? It looks like he has. He stopped moving for a second. Yes, he did. Oh, that smoke, if it just come a little bit. Nadu should identify Nintendo's position on this final cross.
Oh, Nintendo saw him, but he didn't get the kill.
And two different... Did he hear the two different shots coming out?
I think he realized that there were two there. He's not looking. He's not ready for this
big pick
approach.
Oh, this is round 5. Oh, 4. Yeah, sorry, because there was a cap.
That idiot going in the backside takes down Nardu.
He was ready for it. He's going to keep pushing. Virus might be able to pick it from behind, and he does. Yep.
Takes him down. Or if we're just blindly shooting through the smoke.
I imagine Nintendo would have been on the radio.
I would hope so. Virus picks up 1 after the res. Picks up 2.
Oh, picks up.
Oh, Scorpion not opting to take that.
Oh,
there it is.
Just waiting.
Gets 1.
Biggie needs to be making his way back. He seems a little bit lost out in the north there.
Tendo goes down. Nardu's on objective. This is a cap.
Biggie's been off it for a long time. Yeah. I don't know.
Behind superstructure.
404 should be encountering Virus shortly. Virus has given away his position. However, he wins both approaches. Very compromised. Mitch and that idiot could get both picked off by the Virus as well if they're not ready for it.
Oh. A nade comes in, gets that idiot.
Great grenade. Big pick by Seaquick. Is he going to be ready for Mitch?